Good morning, my dear children. Hope you all are safe and secure. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome to today's English online class. In the previous class, we have gone through 9 parts of speech. I hope you all are practicing the English writing and speaking skills using 9 parts of speech.
Today we are going to discuss, analyze and learn the first unit in your English textbook. Welcome to the unit Humor. This unit helps to understand what humor is. This unit is classified into 3 reading sections. They are The Snake and the Mirror, The Duck and the Kangaroo, poem Little Bobby. All these 3 lessons we find only one theme, humor. Welcome to the reading section, The Snake and the Mirror of the unit Humor. Look at the picture and answer the questions that follow. Observe it carefully, children. Observe the given picture. What would have promoted the monkey to look at its own reflection in the mirror? So what would have promoted means what would have seen the monkey? To whom did the monkey see and admire its beauty? It might have seen any human looking into the mirror and admiring his or her own beauty. Coming to the second question, what could be the monkey thinking at this point? The monkey could be thinking that it had missed the admiration of its own beauty till then. So the monkey is thinking, what is the monkey is thinking that until now, why did I miss this beautiful chance to look into the mirror? About the author. Let us now know about the author of the lesson, The Snake and the Mirror. The Snake and the Mirror is written by Mr. Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. 21st January 1908 to 5th July 1994 was a Malayalam fiction writer from the state of Kerala in India. He was a humanist, freedom fighter, novelist and short story writer. He is noted for his down-to-earth style of writing that made him equally popular among literary critics as well as the common man. He is regarded as one of the most successful and outstanding writers from India. Translations of his works into other languages have won him worldwide acclaim. The story, The Snake and the Mirror, was translated into English. His notable works include Balyakalasaki, Shabdangal, Matilukal and Anarganimisham. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1982. He is fondly remembered as the Beypore Sultan. Let us now enter into the lesson, The Snake and the Mirror. This story is the description of a doctor's experience when he encountered a snake. The doctor, who is a homeopath, asked his fellows, "Have you ever had a full-blooded cobra coil itself around any part of your body?" The doctor had such a terrible experience once and started narrating his experience. Here, who is the narrator in the given story? Yes, the doctor is the narrator in the given story. He is giving a brief description about his experience when he encountered a snake. Has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? So the first one, the narrator, the doctor. So who is the narrator? The doctor is asking that, has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? So the meaning of here coiled, wind into circles. Meaning of coil, wind into circles. That means he is asking there, have any snake coiled your part of a body? A full-blooded cobra. So what was the name of the snake? Cobra. So how was it? Full-blooded. Meaning of full-blooded, strong. All of us felt silent. So those who were listening to the doctor, everybody became
so where
silent.
did the question come from? The question came from the homeopath. Meaning of homeopath, a doctor who treats illness using homeopathic methods. A doctor who treats illness using the homeopathic medicines. All are aware of homeopathy, I think so. So the treatment is done by the homeopathic. This topic came up where we are discussing snakes. So this topic, where it was started there? This topic started between the doctor and the few members. We were listening attentively as the doctor continued with the tale. So they were listening attentively. Meaning of attentively, carefully with interest. Meaning of attentively, carefully with interest. It was a hot summer night, about 10 o'clock. I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. So what did the doctor do? What was the time there? It's 10 o'clock and he completed his meal at the restaurant and returned back to his room. Then I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. So as he opened the door, what did he hear? He heard a sound from the door. The sound was a familiar one. Meaning of familiar, well known. The meaning of familiar, well known. One could say that rats and I shared the room. So he is telling that along with me the rats also shared my room. I took out the box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. So what did he do? He took the box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. The house was not electrified. It was a small rented room. I had just set up medical practice and my earnings were meager. The house was not electrified. The house is not having the power. The house is not having the electricity and it is a small rented room. He had just set up medical practice. The doctor had just set up a medical practice. Meaning of medical practice, the work or business of treating illness. The work or work of treating illness. And his earnings were meager. Meaning of meager, small in quantity. Meaning of meager, small in quantity. So the doctor just set up a medical practice and his earnings were meager. I had just about 60 rupees in my suitcase. Just how much he is having? Only 60 rupees he is having in his suitcase, along with some shirts and dhotis. So along with some shirts and dhotis, he is having only 60 rupees. I also possessed one solitary black coat which I was then wearing. So he also possessed one solitary black coat. Meaning of possessed, had or owned. He is having one own solitary black coat which he was wearing. I took off my black coat, white shirt and not so white vest and hung them up. So the doctor took off means removed. Meaning of took off, removed. He removed his black coat, white shirt and not so white vest. Meaning of vest, a garment worn under a shirt, and hung them up. I opened the two windows in the room. It was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. I had a tiled roof with long supporting gables. So the outer room. What was the room looking like? How was the room looking like? It is a one wall facing in the open yard. It had a tiled roof with long supporting gables. Meaning of gables, upper part of a wall below a sloping roof. Meaning of gable, upper part of a wall below a sloping roof. There was no ceiling. So there was no ceiling. Meaning of ceiling, the top inside of surface of a room. The top inside of surface of a room. There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. So there was a regular going there from one place to another. Rats move on the beam. I made my bed and pulled it close to the wall. So then what did the doctor do? He pulled his bed and close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. Meaning of lay down, took rest. So the doctor took rest, but he could not get sleep. I got up and went out to the veranda for a little air. He got up. Meaning of got up means woke up. He woke up and went out to the veranda for little air. But the wind god seemed to have taken time off. But what he is telling that the wind god taken time off means taken something for something, that the god also took away the wind for something. I went out into the room and sat down on the chair. So what did the doctor do? He went inside and sat down on the chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book. What is the meaning of took out? Removed. So the doctor removed a book in the table. The book, the Materia Medica. What was the name of the book? The Materia Medica. Meaning of Materia Medica, a reference book used in medical practice. Meaning of Materia Medica, a reference book used in medical practice. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. A small comb lay beside the room. So he started sitting on the table. So what were there on the table? A large stood the lamp, a large mirror, a small comb lay beside the mirror. One feels tempted to look into a mirror when it is near. So the doctor is telling that one feels tempted. Meaning of tempted, attracted, to look into. Meaning of look into, observe oneself keenly. Meaning of look into, observe oneself keenly. So anyone, those who look into the mirror, they started observing, they will start looking very keenly into the mirror. In the same way, I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty and I believed in making myself look handsome. So he is telling that in those days, he was a great admirer of beauty and always looked that I look handsome those days. I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Again, I heard that sound from above. So meanwhile, what did the doctor do? He picked up the comb. He picked up the comb and ran it through his hair and adjusted the parting so that it was straight and neat. Meanwhile, again he heard a sound from the above. So but the doctor heard the sound again from above but didn't pay much attention to it. My dear children, this is part 1 of the lesson The Snake and the Mirror. Now it's your turn, children. Firstly, now write the given glossaries in your classwork. Given glossaries, I have mentioned in the lesson the given glossaries in the part 1. You have to write it in your classwork. Secondly, paste the given pictures and answer the following questions. So already we have discussed in the starting itself. So write properly and neatly. Paste the given pictures and write the answers properly. Coming to the comprehension question. The doctor heard a sound coming from the above 3 times. What was it? So what was it? The doctor heard a sound coming from above 3 times. The sound was hissing of a snake. The sound was the hissing of a snake moving under the roof. But the doctor thought it was the movement of rats. So write neatly your classwork. Thank you, my dear children.